back here on this side of the pond, an emotional night on the House floor with a rare conversation about race. The Congressional Black Caucus called a special order last night, sparked by the reaction to the not guilty verdict in the George Zimmerman murder trial. And take a look at what happened.
It's time for us to have a meaningful conversation on race.
It's not just about race in America. It is about a system that should be just in creating and protecting the conditions for everyone to succeed.
Our job here is to give this Congress sight. Color isn't a dirty word.
We just want a set of laws equally applied to everybody.
Joining me now, the man who led last night's special order, Democratic Congressman Hakeem Jeffries of New York. Congressman, it's always good to see you. What did you take away from last night?
Well, it was an important discussion for us to have on the House floor, talking directly to the American people on the question of race and opportunity in America. We just want to create a situation in this country where every single person, regardless of the color of their skin, has a fair opportunity to pursue the American dream. Now, we've come a long way in this country, as President Obama acknowledged in his remarks a few days ago, but we, of course, still have a ways to go, and we should use this moment not to talk at each other, but to talk with each other, and that's the process that we began last night.
Congressman Charlie Rangel was especially moving last night. Take a listen.
I don't know why people shoot each other, but I know one thing: who doesn't shoot each other? Young kids that are inspired, they got education, they got families, they got a country that's the wind behind their wings, that want to make a contribution to this great country. They can walk anywhere, talk anywhere, and nobody's going to be following them talk about you look like someone that may hurt somebody. Now, we can't solve the problem unless we talk about it. And if you're talking about Hurricane Sandy, if you're talking about fires, you're talking about disasters, why can't we talk about this?
Your colleagues say it's about so much more than race and color, though. It's about economics. It's about those folks who can't speak for themselves. Congressman, it seems like we have conversations about race in this country every few years, and unfortunately the conversations are usually sparked by some sort of tragedy. What's different this time?
Well, we've seen Americans of different colors react to the verdict down in Florida, protest, exercise their right to petition their government about changes in laws. And I think it does present us with a unique opportunity to move from a conversation to action as it relates to what we can do legislatively here in the Congress and in state legislative bodies all across America to create opportunity for everyone, to make sure that we have equal application of the laws regardless of color, and to deal with many of the social problems that Congressman Rangel so eloquently and passionately laid out on the House floor. But there is a real problem that we have to confront in America as it relates to the inequality within the criminal justice system. We acknowledge the problem of black-on-black violence, and we'll be in Chicago, members of the Congressional Black Caucus led by the Chicago delegation at the end of this week, to deal with those issues that we have to confront, particularly in our inner cities. But we also have to acknowledge that African Americans are more likely to be charged, arrested, prosecuted, and sentenced for the same crime in a way that other communities aren't treated with respect to the criminal justice system. And that is a problem of unequal application of the law that we also have to confront.
Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, we'll have to leave it there, sir.